And there was a side door that led directly outside in the open. And that door was an old door. There were cracks in it. So Meheru would always notice that there was this one girl, very inquisitive, that would keep peeking inside. So she would scold her and send her away. But she said, I don't think that girl would constantly come here. That old woman who's staying in that house, she must be sending her to find out about it. So she said, I'm not going to let her get away with it. So what Meheru did was fill the cracks with paper so that she wouldn't see inside. She said, we need our privacy, and I don't want her to watch over us, when we were eating with Baba like that. Then that time, just before we were leaving, Baba had given a darshan, and the landlord with his wife, he was Muslim, so he had 3 wives, I think. The family and all came. And this was his mother who was living separately, and she came. And she was so overcome in Baba's presence. And Baba would tell, about how much she was. But Meheru said she was being very inquisitive. But so this lady, when we'd come that second time to Aurangabad and stayed at another of his bungalows, she wasn't going to miss this opportunity now. Every time Baba stepped out, she was right there to greet him early morning, take his hand, kiss it, and in beautiful Persian talk to him. And so when we were leaving from there, Baba promised to call the whole family to Meherabad for Meher's birthday to be celebrated there. And they did. And she was so overcome by love for Baba. She was weeping when she says, let me be here. I want to stay. I'll be a sweeper woman. I'll do this, I'll do that. And she'd apologize for, what she'd done. She says, I don't know what came over me. I know it was very wrong of me to do it, but I couldn't help myself. I just knew that I had to know about him, know about Baba like that. But I think that was the last we saw of them, and she may have passed away later because she was an elderly woman like that. So that was one journey that ended in Meherabad like this. But when we were going by plane to the States, at that time it wasn't just one day and one night or whatever it is, so many hours. It was 2 days and 2 nights, and it seemed endless. And Baba had just finished his Manonash work, his work in seclusion. The new life was still going on. And he was not at all relaxed even in Bombay when we were there. The slightest thing, and he would be disturbed about it. We felt it was his work. And even there we changed houses 3 times. And although this was so far away from any sound or anything, even then he wasn't relaxed or happy over there. But when he got on the plane, he completely relaxed. He was in the second last row with Meheru on the 2 seats like that. And they were behind the seats that could revolve, turn the other way. So Ghavar and Rana were in those 2 seats, and they could face Baba. So Baba could put his feet out onto the seats opposite, like them. And to gain privacy, he just took the sheet, it was cold also, blanket, and he just covered from himself to the head. And you could feel that he relaxed. And he did sleep. After a long time, he was sleeping well like that on the plane. And covered up as he was, there was this little boy from the front area who would walk around, look around, and he would just come and stand next to Baba and try to, caress Baba's blanket or something. If Meheru felt that Baba was awake, she would say, Baba, this boy is over here. So Baba would take the cover off and pet him, and the boy would go away. Later that boy got down, his family got down in Paris. And in Paris there was this mother and her little girl who was just a few seats from us on the opposite side of the aisle. And this little girl kept coming. and every time she came, the mother would take her away, not wanting her to disturb anyone. In the end, she apologized. She says, I can't understand why my girl is behaving like this.